Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of What Ted Says, where it's always time to get a fatter wallet and a bigger net worth. Make sure you check out all the videos on the website. We have people checking out our top ranked videos on how you get mileage deductions, what to do when you incorporate a business, and even how you can buy a used Tesla. All things that you should check out on What Ted Says. Share it with your friends at whattedsays.com. So many people are coming onto the website now and viewing these great videos. Now, a lot of people are asking me, why did Moody's and why did Fitch downgrade the U.S. debt? This is not complicated, and I'm going to break it down for you in two simple but very important things. Number one, we are $33 trillion in debt. Let me say that again, $33 trillion of debt. Would you be worried if you loan money to a friend or a family member and you asked them how much debt are you in, and they said, yeah, I'm in $2 million of credit card debt? You'd probably be worried about whether or not your money was going to get paid back. Now, we have loaned ourselves 70% of this money. 30% of the money is loaned out to countries like Japan, number one lender at $1.1 trillion, China at $850 billion, and the UK at roughly $700 billion. When it comes to our fiscal budget, the number one and number two line items on our budget are Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. May not be a big surprise. Number three is defense. If you had to guess number four in 100 guesses, you might not guess it, and it's the interest that we pay ourselves on the debt. So the last year when Fed Chairman Jerome Powell raised the basis points of interest rates by 500 basis points, or 5% roughly, that just means that we have to pay ourselves more interest on our own debt. So our other debtors or creditors out there are asking themselves, is the U.S. actually going to pay back my debt? That's the black and white of the situation. What about the other side of this? The other side of it is politics. Now, we're not going to talk politics on What Ted Says, but quite frankly, if I loaned a business and it was two brothers or two sisters that I loaned the money to, and they were fighting all the time, I'd be wondering if there's anybody competent at the top to balance the budget and the business so I could get back my money that I loaned them. And when our politicians, the Republicans and the Democrats, fight all day long, it doesn't give a warm and fuzzy for countries like Japan, China, and the UK to say I have a path to be able to get my money back. We run a fiscal deficit right now of almost $4 trillion a year. Now, you heard recently they're trying to balance the budget, but until we eventually balance it and we get to positive cash flow, we will never, ever be able to pay off the debt. For those two reasons, the infighting and the politics and the fact that we are black and white, $33 trillion of debt, that's why, in my view, that the downgrade happened from Moody's and Fitch. By the way, if we don't fix these problems, the infighting and the debt, it's going to get worse. How can it affect you? Number one, there could be a sell-off in the U.S. Treasury market. So be careful about how much you actually own in U.S. Treasuries. Those prices would bottom out if there was a sell-off in that market. Number two, interest rates will go up. If this continues to happen, you think mortgage rates are bad at 7.5% and credit cards at 24%, you'll see mortgage rates back at 15 to 20% where they were in the late 70s and the early 1980s. And number three, it creates stock market uncertainty. All these things are issues and how it affects your personal finances. It's why you should care. Don't pay attention to what you read in the media every day. I'm here to tell you, as somebody, as I think is an insider, that I look at this every single day. I think about how to help get you a fatter wallet and a bigger net worth. You've got to pay attention to the U.S. debt. That's why it got downgraded. That's this episode of What Ted Says. And as I said in the beginning, check out all the videos on the website so you too can get a fatter wallet and a bigger net worth.